Life is not a rehearsal. This is the one shot you get, the only chance you have to live with power, discipline, and purpose. Every morning when you wake up, you have two choices. Continue living the same way, making the same excuses, wasting the same hours, or stand up, look in the mirror, and demand more from yourself. You're not here to be average. You're not here to blend in. You're here to dominate, to become the strongest version of who you were meant to be. The truth is, most people lose because they treat life casually, like it owes them something. Life owes you nothing. If you want respect, success, freedom, and happiness, you have to earn it daily. That means cutting out laziness, disciplining your mind, training your body, and chasing results with ruthless consistency. Pain, struggle, and failure will test you, but those who rise are the ones who push through while others quit. Ask yourself, what's stopping you? Comfort? Fear? Doubt? Those are illusions. You can break them, but only if you make a decision right now to stop playing small and start acting like your future depends on what you do today, because it does. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you will ever build in life. It is the invisible engine that drives your actions, your emotions, and your outcomes. People underestimate just how powerful the human mind truly is. They think success comes from luck, talent, or opportunities, but the truth is that none of those matter if your mind isn't under control. Your thoughts are either your greatest weapon or your deadliest enemy. If you wake up every morning and allow negativity, fear, and weakness to run through your head, you've already lost before the day even begins. But if you wake up with clarity, strength, and determination, then no obstacle stands a chance. Controlling your mindset daily is not a suggestion. It is a necessity for those who want to live a life of meaning and power. The world is full of distractions, temptations, and voices that want to pull you away from your true potential. Every advertisement, every lazy habit, every negative person you meet is trying to plant seeds of doubt inside your head. If you are not actively controlling your thoughts, then someone else is controlling them for you. That's why so many people drift through life, empty, frustrated, and weak. They think life is unfair, but the real problem is their mind is untrained. The undisciplined mind is like a wild animal. It will run in every direction, chasing instant gratification, avoiding challenges, and sabotaging its own future. But a disciplined mind is like a sharpened sword, focused, unbreakable, and dangerous to anything that stands in its way. When you master your mindset, you master your emotions. Weak minds are slaves to their feelings. They get angry too easily, they get sad too quickly, they give up when things get uncomfortable. But a strong mind doesn't break under pressure, it thrives in it. You have to decide what emotions serve you and which ones you refuse to entertain. If anger fuels you to work harder, use it. If sadness makes you reflect and grow, embrace it. But never let emotions that destroy your drive linger in your head. Every day, you must choose thoughts that align with your goals. That means starting your morning with clarity. Don't scroll aimlessly on your phone. Don't drown yourself in distractions. Remind yourself who you are, what you want, and why you refuse to quit. That mental preparation is what separates those who achieve from those who only dream. To control over the mind also requires the destruction of excuses. Excuses are poison. They make you feel comfortable while your life rots away. Every time you say, I'm tired, I'll do it tomorrow, I don't feel like it, your mind becomes weaker. You are feeding it weakness and programming it to accept failure. But when you control your mindset, you silence that voice of weakness. You replace it with commands. I'm tired, but I'll do it anyway. I'll start now because waiting is a trap. I don't feel like it, but I know discipline beats motivation. That's how you train the mind to obey you instead of enslaving you. A powerful mindset also demands you surround yourself with the right influences. If you spend your time around losers, you will think like a loser. If you fill your head with negativity, fear, and gossip, your mind will reflect that garbage. But if you consume knowledge, discipline, and strength, you will become unstoppable. The books you read, the people you talk to, the habits you practice, they are programming your mind every second. So you have to ask, are you feeding your mind strength or are you feeding it weakness? Controlling your mindset daily is not something you do once and forget. It is a daily battle, a constant war against distraction, laziness, and mediocrity. That's why you must build rituals that reinforce power. Speak affirmations to yourself, not empty words, but unshakable truths about who you are and what you will accomplish. Visualize your goals until they are burned into your mind so deeply that doubt cannot touch them. Push your body through hard training to remind your mind that pain does not control you, you control it. Keep promises to yourself, even the small ones, because every time you do, you prove to your mind that you can be trusted. In life, storms will come. You will face loss, failure, betrayal, and setbacks. Most people collapse when this happens, but if you have mastered your mindset, you will not. You will stand tall, take the hit, and keep moving forward, because a strong mind knows that nothing in this world can break it unless it allows itself to be broken. Strength of mind is not about avoiding suffering. It's about using it. Every challenge becomes fuel, every failure becomes a lesson, every moment of pain becomes proof that you cannot be destroyed. So if you want power, if you want success, if you want respect, you must learn to control your mindset daily. Don't let your thoughts wander aimlessly. Don't let weakness creep into your head. Take command of your mind the way a warrior takes command of his sword. Train it, discipline it, sharpen it, and unleash it with purpose. Because once your mind is under your control, everything else in life falls into place. Your body follows your mind, your actions follow your mind, your future follows your mind. And the man or woman who has full control of their mindset is unstoppable, no matter the circumstance, no matter the enemy, no matter the storm. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience life. And if that vehicle is weak, undisciplined, and neglected, it doesn't matter how sharp your mind is, you will always be held back. Discipline over your body is the cornerstone of real strength, because health and energy are the raw power behind every goal you chase. Most people treat their bodies like trash cans, feeding them garbage, sitting for hours, avoiding discomfort, and then they wonder why they feel drained, unmotivated, and powerless. The truth is brutally simple. If you don't have the discipline to control your body, you don't have the foundation to control anything else. Your body is not just flesh and bone. It is proof of your commitment, proof of your discipline, proof of whether or not you respect yourself. When you wake up in the morning, the first test you face is not out in the world, it's right there in your own body. Will you hit snooze or will you rise immediately? Will you fuel yourself with strength or poison? Will you push your body to grow or will you keep it soft and weak? Every act of discipline you enforce on your body builds your inner power. Every workout you push through, every healthy meal you choose, every late night craving you deny is a victory. Discipline is not about comfort, it's about choosing what you need over what you want in the moment. The body you build is a reflection of the choices you've made when nobody was watching. Health is power because when your body is strong, your mind becomes sharper. Energy is not something you can buy. It's something you earn through discipline. If your body is sluggish, if you're out of breath after a flight of stairs, if you need caffeine just to function, you are living in weakness. A disciplined body moves with energy, reacts with speed, and endures with strength. And that strength carries into every area of life. In business, relationships, and personal goals, the person with superior energy will always dominate. Because when others are exhausted, drained, and ready to quit, you will still be moving forward with power. Discipline over the body also teaches you how to handle pain. Most people run from pain, but discipline demands that you embrace it. Every rep in the gym, every drop of sweat, every moment of exhaustion is a message to your mind, I do not quit. Pain is temporary, but the power you build from conquering it lasts forever. If you can endure physical struggle, you train yourself to endure emotional and mental struggle as well. That's why warriors, athletes, and leaders all train their bodies, because they understand that the body is the training ground for the mind. A soft body creates a soft mind. A hardened, disciplined body creates resilience and unshakable confidence. People make excuses about time, genetics, or circumstances, but excuses are lies. Discipline doesn't require perfect conditions. You don't need a fancy gym. You don't need perfect food. You don't need ideal weather. You need commitment. Push-ups require no equipment. Running requires no membership. Discipline requires no permission. The only thing stopping you is weakness disguised as excuses. Every day that you avoid discipline, you make yourself weaker, and every day that you enforce it, you make yourself stronger. It really is that simple. Fueling your body is also part of discipline. What you put inside yourself becomes who you are. Garbage in, garbage out. If you eat like a child with no control, your body will look and perform like one. Food is not entertainment, it is fuel. Every meal is an opportunity to build strength or feed weakness. The disciplined body is built on consistent choices, not occasional effort. Skipping the junk, drinking water, prioritizing nutrients. These aren't restrictions, they are the keys to freedom. Freedom from fatigue, from illness, from weakness. Most people don't realize until it's too late that discipline over the body isn't just about looking good. It's about living longer, performing better, and dominating life with energy. Rest is also part of discipline. Discipline is not about destroying yourself, it's about balance. A disciplined body knows when to push and when to recover. Sleep is fuel, but even in rest, discipline matters. Too much laziness destroys energy. Too little rest destroys growth. Discipline is finding that balance where your body recovers fully and comes back strong. The undisciplined mind confuses rest with sloth, but true discipline knows that rest is not weakness, it is part of the process of power. A disciplined body gives you more than health, it gives you presence. When you walk into a room with strength, people feel it before you speak. A strong body radiates confidence, authority, and respect. You cannot fake discipline. People can see it, people can sense it, and most importantly, you feel it within yourself. When you carry yourself with discipline, your mind believes in you more, your actions align more, and your goals feel closer. Those weakness evaporates because you know you've put in the work, you've suffered for your progress, and nobody can take that from you. The body is the most visible proof of your discipline. You cannot hide it. If you are lazy, it shows. If you are consistent, it shows. If you respect yourself, it shows. That's why discipline over the body is so powerful. It keeps you accountable in a way nothing else can. Every day you look in the mirror, you're confronted with the truth of your effort. That reflection either motivates you or shames you. The choice is yours. So discipline your body relentlessly. Train it, fuel it, rest it, and respect it. Do not let weakness dictate how you live. Do not let laziness chain you to fatigue and regret. Every time you push your body beyond what it wants, you unlock more of what it's capable of. And when your body becomes disciplined, your entire life follows. Because health and energy are not luxuries. They are the foundation of power. And the man or woman who has mastered their body has mastered one of the greatest tools in existence. Unstoppable, undeniable strength. Excuses are the chains that keep people locked in mediocrity. They sound harmless, they sound reasonable, but they are deadly because they rob you of responsibility. Every time you say, I can't, or I don't have time, or it's not my fault, you hand over control of your life to weakness. Success is simple, but it is not easy. It demands accountability. And accountability means you own everything. Your wins, your losses, your mistakes, your failures, and your future. Excuses are a defense mechanism for the lazy and the undisciplined. They protect your ego while destroying your potential. The moment you stop making excuses and start holding yourself accountable is the moment your life begins to transform. People think they fail because of circumstances. They blame their childhood, their environment, their job, their family, or even the economy. But here's the raw truth. None of those things can stop a person who refuses to make excuses. History is full of men and women who started with nothing, who faced impossible odds, yet they built greatness because they refused to point fingers. When you eliminate excuses, you remove the option of failure. You tell yourself, whatever happens, it's on me. If I don't like where I am, I'll change it. If I fall, I'll get back up. If I lose, I'll learn. That is accountability, and accountability is freedom because it gives you total control. Excuses are comfortable, and that is why they are so dangerous. They let you sleep at night while your life rots away. They make you feel justified in your laziness, validated in your weakness, but comfort is the enemy of progress. Success doesn't care about your excuses. The world doesn't care about your excuses. Reality doesn't care about your excuses. If you are broke, unhealthy, undisciplined, or lost, it is not because life is unfair. It is because of choices you made or failed to make. Accountability hurts at first because it forces you to look in the mirror and admit the truth. But once you embrace it, it becomes the most empowering force in your life. The man or woman who eliminates excuses gains unstoppable momentum because every setback becomes a stepping stone. If you fail a business, instead of blaming the market, you study what you did wrong and you build better. If you are out of shape, instead of blaming genetics, you admit you've been eating poorly and skipping discipline. Then you fix it. If you are unhappy, instead of blaming others, you take responsibility for your choices and create a new path. That is how growth happens, through accountability, not excuses. Weak people blame, strong people adapt. Eliminating excuses also sharpens your character. It forces you to be brutally honest with yourself. That honesty is rare in a world where most people lie to themselves daily. They say, I'll start tomorrow. I don't have time. I tried my best. Lies. You had the time, but you wasted it. You didn't try your best. You gave the bare minimum. You said tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Excuses are lies you tell yourself so you can avoid facing the truth. But when you strip them away, you are left with reality, and reality is the soil where greatness is grown. Accountability demands discipline, but it also creates power. When you stop blaming others, you stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems, you take full control. That shift changes everything. Instead of hoping for luck, you create opportunities. Instead of complaining about obstacles, you prepare for them. Instead of crying about what's unfair, you adapt and move forward. Accountability gives you resilience because you are never powerless. You are always in command of your response. That is why successful people thrive where others collapse. They understand that the external world is unpredictable, but their response to it is always within their control. Excuses also destroy respect. Nobody respects the person who always has a reason for failure. People admire the one who takes ownership. A leader who blames others loses trust. A leader who accepts responsibility gains loyalty. In your personal life, in your career, in every relationship, accountability builds respect because it proves you are dependable. Eliminating excuses is not just about success, it's about integrity. When you hold yourself accountable, people know they can rely on you because you don't run from responsibility, you embrace it. Think about this. Every time you make an excuse, you reinforce weakness in your mind. You are training your brain to choose the easy way out. Over time, this becomes your default setting. Blame, complain, avoid. But when you eliminate excuses, you rewire your brain to face challenges head on. You train yourself to see problems as opportunities, not barriers. Because nothing can stop a person who refuses to be stopped. The truth is, life will never be perfect. Conditions will never be ideal. There will always be obstacles, always be difficulties, always be reasons to quit. Excuses give you permission to quit. Accountability forbids it. That's why accountability is the foundation of real success. When you tell yourself, no matter what happens, I'm responsible, you destroy the option of quitting. You either win or you learn, but you never surrender. So eliminate excuses from your life completely. Burn them, erase them, destroy them. Refuse to let even one excuse slip through your lips, because each one is a small seed of weakness that grows into failure. Replace excuses with accountability. Replace blame with action. Replace self-pity with self-discipline. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you step into your true power. Success is not complicated. It is reserved for those who demand accountability from themselves every single day. If you want strength, if you want respect, if you want freedom, stop lying to yourself. Stop blaming the world. Take control, own everything, and watch how fast your life changes. Comfort is the silent killer of ambition. It lures you in with softness, with ease, with the promise of relaxation, but beneath that comfort lies weakness, stagnation, and regret. People who live for comfort end up trapped in lives they never wanted. They avoid discomfort, they avoid challenge, and as a result, they avoid growth. If you want to rise above the average, if you want to build something that lasts, you must shift your focus away from comfort and toward results. Results are the only thing that matter. Nobody cares how comfortable you were while building your future. Nobody asks how easy the journey felt. What people see, what they respect, what they remember, are the results you produce. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it robs you of long-term fulfillment. Every time you choose the couch over the gym, the junk food over discipline, the easy excuse over hard work, you are trading future power for present weakness. Growth only happens in discomfort. Muscles only grow when they are torn down and rebuilt through resistance. Minds only sharpen when they are challenged with pressure and responsibility. Success only comes when you embrace the grind, the long nights, the setbacks, and the sacrifices. Comfort is the path of least resistance, but the path of least resistance always leads to mediocrity. Focusing on results forces you to endure the discomfort that comfort would have made you run from. Results don't care how you feel. Results don't care if you were tired, if you were unmotivated, or if life wasn't fair. Results are black and white. You either have them or you don't. That is why successful people chase results and not feelings. Feelings change with the wind, but results are undeniable proof of effort, discipline, and execution. Comfort whispers to you to take it easy, but results shout back that taking it easy will cost you your dreams. Comfort kills growth because it breeds complacency. Once people get a little success, a little money, a little security, they relax. They stop pushing as hard, they stop chasing improvement, and they start indulging in comfort. And that is the beginning of decline. The second you get comfortable, you are no longer hungry. And the second you lose hunger, someone else who is starving for progress will surpass you. The truth is, success requires you to stay uncomfortable. You must constantly demand more of yourself, even when you have already achieved something. Comfort tells you you've done enough, but results ask, what's next? To focus on results means you must learn to endure pain and sacrifice with a smile. You must train your body when it begs you to rest. You must work on your goals when your mind screams for distraction. You must say no to instant gratification in order to earn lasting satisfaction. The road to results is paved with discomfort, but it's also paved with pride, because every time you conquer discomfort, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. Growth is painful, but regret is far more painful. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Think about how many people you know who choose comfort daily. They never push themselves in the gym, so their health declines. They never push themselves financially, so they live paycheck to paycheck. They never push themselves in their relationships, so everything falls apart. And then they complain, blame, and envy those who achieve more. But the difference is simple. The achievers chose results over comfort, while the rest chose comfort over results. Success is not a mystery. It is the outcome of sacrifices most people were too comfortable to make. Results also require focus. Comfort scatters your attention because comfort thrives on distraction. Scrolling on your phone, binge watching shows, eating for pleasure, wasting hours. These are all comforts that steal time and leave you with nothing. When you focus on results, you eliminate distractions because they don't move you forward. Every decision you make becomes filtered through one question. Does this bring me closer to my goal? If the answer is no, you cut it out, no matter how comfortable it feels in the moment. That is how you stay sharp and relentless in pursuit of your vision. Comfort makes you soft, not just physically, but mentally. The comfortable person avoids challenges, avoids risks, avoids anything that might cause struggle. But struggle is where you find strength. Discomfort teaches resilience, confidence, and toughness. When you embrace discomfort, you train yourself to remain calm under pressure, to adapt when things go wrong, to thrive when others collapse. Life will always test you with discomfort, so if you train yourself to avoid it, you are guaranteeing weakness. But if you train yourself to embrace it, you become unstoppable. You must also understand that results bring true comfort in the long run. The person who disciplines themselves to train their body lives with the comfort of health and strength later. The person who sacrifices sleep to build their business enjoys the comfort of financial freedom later. The person who endures loneliness while focusing on goals enjoys the comfort of respect and power later. Short-term comfort brings long-term regret. Short-term sacrifice brings long-term comfort. That is the trade most people never understand until it's too late. You keep going. So stop chasing comfort and start chasing results. Comfort is temporary relief, but results are permanent proof. Don't let the softness of comfort rob you of the pride of achievement. Learn to love discomfort because it is the birthplace of greatness. Train yourself to push when you want to stop, to keep going when others quit, to demand results even when the journey feels brutal. Comfort kills growth, but discomfort builds empires. If you want to live a life worth remembering, stop asking for it to be easy, stop hoping for it to be comfortable, and start demanding results at any cost. Because when it's all said and done, nobody will remember how comfortable you were. They will only remember what you built, what you achieved, and the legacy you left behind. Progress is not an option, it is a necessity. Every single day, you're either moving forward or falling behind. There is no neutral ground. Life rewards the ones who demand progress, not the ones who wait for it. Too many people think greatness comes from massive breakthroughs, overnight success, or big victories, but the truth is that greatness is built on daily progress. Small wins, stacked one after another, create unstoppable momentum. Every day you improve yourself by 1%. Every day you move closer to your goals. And eventually, the compounding effect turns small steps into massive leaps. The problem is most people underestimate the power of small progress because they are addicted to immediate results. They want the body in a week, the business in a month, the freedom in a year. And when it doesn't happen instantly, they quit. But the discipline understand that daily progress is the secret weapon. Momentum is everything. Think of a train. It starts slowly, crawling forward, almost struggling to move. But once it gains speed, it becomes unstoppable, able to smash through obstacles that once seemed immovable. That is what daily progress does for your life. At first, it feels small, almost meaningless. Reading 10 pages, doing 20 push-ups, saving a small amount, practicing a skill for just 1 hour. It doesn't seem like much, but those small wins build habits, and those habits build consistency, and consistency builds power. Before you realize it, the train is moving faster than you ever imagined, and the momentum you've built carries you forward even on days you don't feel like moving. Demanding progress daily also creates discipline. It forces you to look at every single day as a test. Did you get better today, or did you waste it? Did you push yourself, or did you stay the same? If you end the day without progress, you've lost ground. The world is moving forward with or without you. Other people are improving, learning, grinding while you sit idle. That is why you must demand progress relentlessly, even in the smallest form. No excuses, no waiting, no delays. Progress every day or nothing. This mindset eliminates stagnation. You don't need to transform overnight, but you must refuse to stay the same. Small wins matter because they create belief. When you keep promises to yourself, even small ones, you start to trust yourself more. That trust builds confidence, and confidence builds courage. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they don't believe they can win. Daily progress destroys doubt because it gives you undeniable proof. You can see yourself growing. You know you're moving forward. And once your mind believes in your ability to progress, you become unstoppable. Demanding daily progress also keeps you focused on action instead of perfection. Too many people wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity. Perfection is a trap. And while you wait, life passes you by. Progress doesn't care about perfection. It only cares that you did something today that moves you closer to your vision. That action might be messy, it might be small, it might not feel like enough, but it's still progress, and progress compounds. Perfect conditions will never exist, but progress can exist every single day, if you demand it. Momentum is what separates winners from losers. Losers stop and start, always killing their own momentum. They go hard for a week, then vanish for a month. Winners never stop. Even on their worst days, they do something. Maybe not their best, but something. They refuse to let the chain break. They refuse to let the train slow down. That is how they maintain momentum. Once you understand that small progress is still progress, you never stop moving. And when you never stop moving, your growth becomes inevitable. Demanding progress daily also changes how you see time. You stop wasting it. You stop waiting for weekends, holidays, or the right moment. You realize every day is a building block, and you cannot afford to waste any of them. Each day becomes valuable because you know it contributes to your bigger vision. That urgency forces you to live intentionally, to focus on what truly matters instead of drowning in distractions. Most people waste days as if they are infinite. Those who demand progress value every day as an opportunity to get closer to freedom, power, and success. Progress is addictive. Once you start seeing the results of your daily effort, you crave more. You push harder, aim higher, demand even greater progress. What was once difficult becomes your new baseline, and you keep raising the standard. That is how growth happens, not by giant leaps, but by raising your baseline day after day until the impossible becomes normal. That addiction to progress is the greatest fuel you can ever have because it keeps you hungry and relentless long after others give up. Understand this, every day matters. If you waste today, you cannot get it back. If you progress today, it will echo into your future. Small wins build habits, habits build consistency, consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds destiny. Demand progress, even if it's just a small step. Never end a day without moving forward, because when you stack those days, when you build that momentum, you become unstoppable. Comfort fades, excuses fade, distractions fade, but progress remains. And the man or woman who demands progress every single day is the one who conquers not just their goals, but life itself. Life is short, brutally short, and every day you waste in excuses, comfort, or weakness is a day you never get back. You don't need to wait for some perfect moment. You don't need to wait until you feel ready, because that day will never come. The only time you have is now, and what you do with now determines everything about your future. You already know what needs to be done. You already know the habits that destroy you and the disciplines that can build you. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not knowledge. It is action. Action taken daily, consistently, with fire and commitment. Control your mind, discipline your body, eliminate excuses, focus on results, not comfort, demand progress every single day. These are not suggestions. They are requirements if you want to live with power, respect, and freedom. The choice is yours. Will you continue to let life slip through your hands while you wait? Or will you rise and take control today? Time doesn't slow down. It doesn't forgive. But if you decide right now to embrace discipline and progress, nothing on this earth can stop you.